soldiers died in Iraq based on a false premise of weapons of mass destruction.
Like you care about American soldiers.
I do care about American soldiers, and I care about American taxpayers who spend trillions of dollars on this trash when we are dealing with $37 trillion in debt.
So now you're a fiscal conservative.
Yeah, I am a fiscal conservative when it comes to spending our resources on wars that we shouldn't be fighting on behalf of a foreign country.
Now, it's obvious. They are running out of scripts. What you are about to watch is the raw, unedited panic of the modern establishment when they realize the American public is no longer buying what they're selling. We are breaking down a live-fire rhetorical demolition from a high-stakes panel debate where Adam Sosnick attempts to run the legacy neocon playbook on Ana Kasparian. And watch how fast it completely backfires. For decades, the establishment has relied on a very specific industrial-scale protection script. If you question why trillions of your tax dollars are being funneled to foreign regimes while your own cities decay, they don't answer with data. They don't bring receipts. Instead, they try to bully you into submission. They tell you not to get emotional, they accuse you of blind hatred, and when they are totally bankrupt of arguments, they pull the ultimate emergency brake. They look you in the eye and call you an anti-American extremist. But the status quo is gasping for air because people are done being gaslit. Today, we aren't just watching a debate. We are watching a forensic dissection of the transactional rot inside American foreign policy. We are watching the precise moment the populist facade slips off the war machine to reveal the same tired, billionaire-funded interests that marched us into Iraq for a lie. This is Floor Leader Insider, and we don't let corporate puppets control the border of public thought. Before we dive in, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and tell me where you're watching from in the comment section. Let's look at the tape.
Iran, while it hasn't officially pulled out of the non-proliferation agreement, they have violated both the spirit and the technical limits of the JCPOA.
But they're not in the JCPOA anymore. That doesn't exist.
But this is right.
You said that
out of that deal because they violated it.
Oh my God!
But Anna, listen, the uranium.
You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
You just
the
said
JCPOA.
Anna, you don't need to be emotional. Just talk. Don't cry.
It is frustrating when people. Okay.
Here,
the JCPOA is the Iran nuclear deal.
Right, you said
they pulled out of that in 2018.
Here's why.
You said they still complied after they pulled out.
They were still part of the non-proliferation treaty, which is separate.
Hold on, let a guy speak for a second. All you guys are doing is debating minor little details.
It's not minor though, Adam.
Are you pro-Iran or anti-Iran? It sounds like you're very much pro-Iran, and I don't understand that.
I'm not pro-Iran or anti-Iran.
The mental gymnastics you must
pro-Israel or
do to be anti-Israel, pro-Iran, pro-America. It's very hard to be what you are because you're very confused.
I know you guys use the same.
On one hand, you're pro-America, but then you're pro-Iran.
I know.
Hold on.
You don't believe in Israel, but you believe Iran. It makes no sense to me.
It seems to me that you're concerned we are killing innocent people and we're getting America in another forever war.
Not only that.
Okay, but it's my understanding, and again, that Iran is not trustworthy. And I've heard this from numerous people. Our generous benefactor, Patrick Beck David included, that you cannot trust the government. So when I'm looking at examples of the ways they violated agreements, okay, they promised they would not enrich uranium beyond 3.67%, but they began enriching up to 20%.
When they were in the JCPOA.
But why did Trump pull out?
He pulled out because Bibi doesn't want the JCPOA. Bibi wanted to go to war with Iran. He's wanted regime change in Iran for decades.
So you're saying that Bibi Netanyahu controls Trump?
Trump's the most honest person in the world.
You're saying that Bibi Netanyahu controls Trump. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think the Israeli government controls our government. Yes.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion.
And you're wrong, but that's entitled to your opinion.
It's based on AIPAC.
So you're saying that Trump...
It's based on money and politics. It's based on the fact that Netanyahu goaded the U.S. to invade Iraq and then didn't even send IDF soldiers. He had 4,000 of our soldiers die in Iraq based on a false premise of weapons of mass destruction.
Like you care about American soldiers.
I do care about American soldiers, and I care about American taxpayers who spend trillions of dollars on this trash when we are dealing with $37 trillion in debt.
So now you're a fiscal conservative.
Yeah, I am a fiscal conservative when it comes to spending our resources on wars that we shouldn't be fighting on behalf of a foreign country.
Let me understand this. You're saying that Trump is so weak and such a pussy that he just listens to whatever Bibi does? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think he's weak or a pussy. I think he's transactional.
I
think he's transactional. And I think that he buys this ridiculous narrative that Iran was behind the 2 assassination attempts when there isn't even a shred of evidence other than Netanyahu declaring it.
So wait, hold on, guys. Can we please talk about that as well? I feel like that's really, really important because they keep talking about how another attempt is going to come from Iran against Trump. And for me, one thing that I'm personally concerned about is A false flag.
Yep.
Yes, and that could
Well,
literally be laying
according
the
to our friend
foundation
Anna,
for that
Iran
to
is
be
a peaceful
happening.
regime, and you have to believe whatever they say.
You know,
They're
Adam,
great
I know it's
people.
difficult
That
to
doesn't-
debate me, but don't put words in my mouth.
And that
Don't
doesn't-
make
I'm just
arguments that I did
summarizing
not
what you're
make.
saying. You're
I didn't-
defending Iran.
No, I
would much rather defend Israel than defend Iran.
By the way,
All you.
she's not just defending Iran. You go on X and you see a lot of people on the right, conservatives,
Very
who also
true.
completely agree with Anna. They don't want to see American lives taken. They don't want to spend trillions of dollars
No
on
one
another
does.
war.
Well,
Nobody
okay?
does.
So then what's your point? Let's say, okay, so China and Russia are now saying that they will back Iran. What are we to do then if we get in that position, Adam, where they're saying, okay, now American men on the front line, are you pro-America or are you pro-Israel?
I'm pro-America, but
Russia's
to
not
answer
gonna-
your
Russia's not
question,
gonna do that.
Russia, this is all, you're talking about false flags. You're just
History's
throwing
in-
out
he didn't
false
put-
flags
no
I'm just saying,
like you're a fucking paid referee.
No, it's very easy
Here's the
for
deal.
you
All right,
right
let me
now
talk
to
now.
say that
Let me
you
talk
would...
now. You asked me a question.
ahead,
I'll
Adam,
talk.
talk.
There's three camps here, and I wonder which one you're in. There's the pro-America, pro-democracy, pro-Israel, pro-NATO. Hey, I'm with you. And there's MAGA in there. There's level-headed Democrats, moderates. They're all there. The second camp, which I have friends with as well, they are isolationist. America first. Don't get involved in any foreign entanglements, foreign wars. I understand that narrative if you want to live as an ostrich in America. Then the third camp, which I'm wondering is chanting death to America, death to England, death to Israel. So I know which camp I'm in. I'm in the first camp. Which camp are you in? The isolationist camp or the hate America, hate Israel camp? Which camp are you in?
I'm in the camp of don't allow the Israeli government to lie to the American people and goad us into another war on their behalf. I'm in that camp.
So you're basically saying, Trump, listen to yourself, not anybody else.
What I don't. How about
What's so
how about
confusing?
learn from recent history in which
You know whose
we-
instincts I trump more than your... You know instincts I
This was
trust?
the same
I trust Trump's
type
instincts
of
at this point.
conversation that
More
happened
than
in
a
the lead up
talking
to the
progressive head on the
2003
internet.
invasion of Iraq.
But
This is the exact same type of conversation that took place.
Okay, Saddam was letting inspectors in. Iran was not. Saddam was not offered a deal. Iran was. Saddam's group was not ideologically captured, and their mission was not death to America. And we all know that it wasn't just Netanyahu. It was all the neocons, like Cheney and his whole company.
Yeah, those people are
but
involved
let's not just lay this
right
at
now.
the feet of Israel. It's all
It
of
is
them.
at the feet of Israel, though, Jillian.
Well,
it is at the feet of Israel.
Your blind
Why would we?
hatred to Israel doesn't let you at least acknowledge the truth that she just told you, and you just shut down Jillian when she tried to feed you the truth.
Adam, you have
Because
no
Dick Cheney and the
argument. You have no
establishment-
argument,
Just
Adam.
because you say I
You
have
your
no
only argument is
doesn't mean you have
hate
one.
Israel.
Hold on,
You hate
hold on,
Israel.
hold
That's
on.
not an
Well, you do. Do you
argument.
not?
Man, I don't give a damn about Israel.
Well,
I give
there
a
you
damn
go.
about my own country.
And
I don't
which
give a
is
damn
Armenia,
about
or what's your
Iran.
country?
I don't care about
What's your
Israel.
country?
I don't care about the United States of
Okay.
fucking America.
Really?
That's my country.
Okay.
And I'm
What-
sick of
what
fighting
if-
wars on behalf of Israel.
Can other people
So-
talk other than Adam
So when
and Anna?
9/11 happened, you're saying that they fought that on behalf of Israel?
Yes, I am saying that.
Okay, so you're
Yeah, it was
blindly
based on a
retarded.
No, I'm not
So
blindly retarded.
congratulations.
I mean, there was a
the mental
heavy
gymnastics you must do to
Okay.
be able to validate Iran's existence is really impressive to me.
I think
so
it's
keep
just
going.
you're being reductive, though. Like, they have put out 8 articles, at least, that I've seen since 1995, saying within 5 years they're going to have a nuclear weapon.
Preach it.
We're not going to pretend
Yeah,
like
but-
political
and-
propaganda exists,
Great-
conditioning exists.
Great point by Amy, but you got to go deeper, sweetheart. Why have they not done further? Because Israel somehow keeps killing the nuclear scientists. If you want a profession to not go into in Iran, it's nuclear science. Because the closer and closer you get to a fucking degree, you're going to be eliminated. So use that for your talking point. Because why does it take longer and longer and longer? Because they keep getting eliminated. That's why.
Wait,
Who
guys,
did Israel
there's
go
also
after
a
first?
point. Go ahead.
Nuclear scientists and generals. They're all dead. Start over. There you go.
You bring up a really good point.
Thank you.
I just want to say, if Trump and Republicans didn't believe that Iran was a threat, why did they take away Mike Pompeo's Secret Service protection as an insult? Do you understand? They did that to basically, knife the guy in the front. That's point number 2. Point number 1. Point number 2, Anna, I tried to say this earlier, but I wasn't able to. You said that Netanyahu controls Trump. Netanyahu couldn't even get Trump to visit him on his first foreign tour. He went to Saudi Arabia first. He couldn't. It was a huge insult to Israel because Bibi was fully expecting that.
The Israeli
You understand what I'm saying?
government has a massive amount of influence on our government. I didn't say Bibi controls
But you
Trump.
did. You did say that.
Okay.
though.
Maybe it's the other
They
way
have-
around, that
there's-
America has a massive control of influence on Israel.
I think
To
that
say that a little tiny country is dominating America would be lying to yourself or just completely uninformed?
We
You're
have
saying that Israel
destabilized-
controls America. How about America controls Israel?
That's
Maybe
hilarious.
it's the other way around.
Why are we paying for Israel's bombs?
Just like
The country that had an economic surplus in 2001 was Israel. I'm sorry, 2021.
What do you mean? Why is Israel buying bombs from America?
No. They're not buying bombs with their money. We're paying for their bombs.
No,
okay? And they had an economic surplus in 2021. In the middle of a pandemic, they had an economic surplus. We haven't had an economic surplus since 2001. Why are we paying for their bombs?
And maybe because it's
Well, that's
useful
what-
for us to have an ally in the Middle
Yeah,
East.
I
Like
don't-
They're not an ally.
They're
You
barely.
don't-
Hold on a
Well,
second.
according to the U.S. government, they're
They use
definitely
us as a
an ally.
tool.
Wow, that was intense. The corporate firewall didn't just glitch. It suffered a catastrophic system failure live on camera. Look at the pathetic mechanics of Adam Sosnick's retreat. The second, Ana Kasparian, refused to play the compliance game the second she stated plainly that she doesn't give a damn about funding foreign wars because her allegiance belongs strictly to the working-class families of her own country. Adam's brain experienced an absolute data wipe. Notice his defense mechanism. When he was completely dismantled on the facts surrounding the JCPOA, he did what every media gatekeeper does. He tried to reduce a multi-trillion-dollar economic drain into an emotional binary choice. Are you pro-Iran or pro-Israel? It is a childish, bad faith trap designed to police dissent. And when that failed, he resorted to the ultimate gaslight, claiming it's hilarious to think a foreign interest group could wield massive leverage over the American state because Israel is a little tiny country. Let's perform a forensic autopsy on that lie with actual 2026 data. Influence isn't measured in geographic square miles. It's measured in where the money flows. We are sitting on over $37 trillion in national debt. In the current fiscal reality, the United States is spending more on the interest payments of that debt, a staggering $970 billion, than its entire national defense budget. While you are told there is no money to lower the cost of your groceries, fix your infrastructure, or support our veterans, the spigot for foreign subsidies remains wide open. Between late 2023 and September 2025 alone, our government quietly funneled $21.7 billion in direct military aid to Israel, plus another $12 billion for regional operations to support them. That is over $33 billion of your money sucked out of the domestic economy in a 2-year window to bankroll a country that possessed an economic surplus during the pandemic. The establishment is terrified because they know the demographic dam has officially broken. They can scream their isolationist labels into empty rooms all day, but the latest Pew Research data from April 2026 shows that 60% of American adults now view Israel unfavorably, a massive 20-point collapse since 2022. Among adults under 50, that disapproval rating jumps to an unprecedented 75%. The public has checked the receipts. They remember the 4,000 American soldiers traded for Benjamin Netanyahu's weapons of mass destruction lies in 2002. And they are completely done allowing the wealth of this nation to be treated as a private ATM for foreign regime changes. If you are ready to completely reject this sanitized, state-approved narratives and demand a counter-narrative that puts the American taxpayer first, hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video to force the algorithm to smash through the corporate censorship. Leave a comment below with the exact second you saw the panic set into the establishment's eyes. The monopoly on truth is officially over. Keep hunting the receipts, and I'll see you in the next one.